Hey, good morning. Melissa here from GirlGoneFishing, and I am in my car all loaded up and getting ready to head to Brookville Lake in Indiana for the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Tournament. This is the second tournament for the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Trail this year, and I didn't catch any fish in the first one. So fingers crossed that Brookville Lake and I get along and I manage to catch some bass and get them on the board for this tournament, because one of my biggest goals for the year was to make the Tournament of Champions at the end of the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing season. This is my third year on the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Trail, and I have yet to make that, yet to get high enough in the Angler of Year points to make the Tournament of Champions. So I always end up working the media boat with Brian, which is great, but this year I want to be one of the anglers in competition, but gosh darn it, I have to catch a fish first. So today is the day I'm going to get out to Brookville and catch some fish. So I'm doing this in my car because it's 4:30 in the morning and my neighbors don't need to hear me yakking out in the driveway, but also it is raining. So it's supposed to be kind of tapering off by the time I get to Brookville, because the weather's coming from the west and Brookville's west of me. So kind of passing through the end of the rain and heading to the lake. But I'm excited to get going. I have been to the boat ramp one time that I'm going to, and so I know a little bit about what I'm getting into, but unfortunately I didn't get any time to pre-fish this lake, so I'm kind of just picking a ramp and going with my one little day of history on this lake and going fishing. So it didn't work out so well for me last weekend. Hope it does better this weekend, and I'm just really excited to get out there and get fishing. I got a good feeling about today. That's going to sound really stupid when at the end of the video I'm apologizing for not catching fish, but I'm going to think positive. I feel like today's my day. I'm going to get some fish, and this is going to be a great day. So I'll see you guys at the ramp. Well, I made it to the boat ramp and got the links pretty much all set up and getting ready to haul it down there and launch. This should be interesting, since the problem I'm having with that rubberized tape I put on the bottom to protect the hull, it really grips to the concrete, so it's making launching on concrete ramps almost impossible for me. I've been trying to find like beach and grassy spots, but I couldn't find anything like that around here, so I'm gonna have to just wrestle it down this concrete. So we're gonna see how it goes, and I'm excited to get going. Oh, one thing, I did forget all my warm clothes. Yep, I carefully packed a whole bag of warm clothes at home, and they're still at home. So I'm in my base layer tights, which we're going to go under down, and then rain pants, and luckily this is my spare raincoat that I keep in my car, and I have my camping spare coat that I keep in my car. So thank goodness I have these, but it's going to get chilly and I need to get better organized. I feel like I say that all the time, but this one's going to be one cold lesson to learn. So I'll see you guys out on the water. All right, I've made it. I'm launched. It's really shallow at this ramp. I've been to this ramp, the Gar Hill boat ramp, one other time when I launched with Bert when we fished a tournament together here. So he and I pre-fished the upper end of the lake and ended up fishing the tournament down here, like closer to the dam at the lower end of the lake. So I have been to this cove before, so I know where I'm going to start and what I'm going to hit. But mostly my plan for the day is to keep moving. I don't want to get stuck in one spot like I have been normally. I want to keep moving, cover a lot of water, throw a lot of lures, and hopefully stumble into some fish. So I think I'm coming to understand that in the summer, like, you can find a fish anywhere, like any piece of cover, like a tree or a rock, might hold a fish. But in the shoulder seasons, like the spring and the fall, apparently the fish group up and are harder to find, but once you find them, you find more. So I have to move more and not just get stuck and wait for fish to come somewhere that looks really good. So my plan is to just hit a little bit of this cove on the way out, just throw maybe a square bill up to the wood, and then hit the main shoreline, because there's some really cool flats and then some steeper drop-offs and some wood in the water. So I fished this part before, and I got some smallmouths and a bluegill and a catfish, so it was a fun day. But hoping to get some more fish today, and let's go fishing. 11 minutes till line's in, so I'm just gonna get to a good spot down here. I'm pretty much on top of things, even though I feel like I was behind all day. I mean, I left pretty much on time, made it here with no problems, except for forgetting my warm clothes at home, which doesn't seem like it's gonna be the end of the world. It's gonna be a little warmer than I thought, thank goodness. So, and it's gorgeous out here today. I'm excited, it's gonna be a good day. So right now it's 46 degrees with only 2-mile-per-hour winds, but as the day goes on, it's gonna go up to 56, but it's gonna build to 13-mile-per-hour winds. Now I think I have it planned out through map study that the winds are gonna be pushing me into the shoreline, so I should be able to parallel the shoreline and get back safely. But I have to keep my eye on it because I don't want to get stuck pretty far away from the ramp in like bad conditions. And I am planning on going pretty far today. So, whoo, fish just jumped over here. Inch smallmouth. Look at that, pretty. So this is your 10 o'clock report, and I'm pretty thrilled that I have 2 fish on the board so far. Obviously that's not enough to put me anywhere in the tournament. I'm still like towards the bottom because everyone else is catching fish too, but at least I'm catching fish, or have caught fish. I haven't caught fish in a little bit now. So it is, it's about time in the weather where the wind's gonna double, and I feel like for safety's sake I should get closer to the ramp. So I'm gonna start heading down that shoreline, fishing these flats on my way out there, and I will end my day fishing for largemouth in the cove where the launch ramp is. So hopefully I can find some more fish, but I'm pretty excited with how things stand right now, and I have got to tell you, it is freezing cold. I really need that sunshine to come out, and I need to get out of this wind. Oh, I'm such a dingbat sometimes. All right, back to fishing. Fish number 4, 12 and a quarter. This is gonna kill my tournament average of how long is your average fish in a tournament with these little guys, but I don't care. He's an awesome 12 and a quarter. Well, that's 3 o'clock, that's the end of the tournament, line's out, and I couldn't get my 5th fish. Couldn't get any upgrade fish either, but at least I caught fish. I mean, that's really cool. I got 4 fish for 52 and a quarter, 57 and a quarter, I think 57 and a quarter inches, but not very high up there in the standings, but I caught fish. So my plan was to cover a ton of ground and maybe just run into some fish, and that's pretty much what happened. I never caught 2 fish in the same place. So I don't know if that's a failing on me. If the fish are grouped up and I catch 1 fish, I should be able to get more fish from that same place, right? So I don't know. I need to work on that, see what I'm doing wrong. But I covered a lot of ground and I caught some fish. So I spent most of the day rotating through the Strike King 3XD crankbait and chartreuse blackback and the Z-Man Evergreen jackhammer with my standard high-tech 4-inch Easy Shiner trailer. And then I rotated in this Venom Lures jig I won at a raffle, and I paired it with a Z-Man hula stick that I cut down a little bit. So I never caught any fish on that, but it sure looked good, like smallmouth would like that. So I want to say a huge thank you to Strictly Sailing Kayak for always having my back when it comes to accessories and help with the kayaks, or fishing accessories. And a big thank you to Cincinnati Kayak Fishing for running this trail. I love these tournaments. They're a little lower entry fee and they're really beginner friendly, so it's just it's a great community, and I love having the opportunity to fish these. And thank you guys for watching. I caught some fish, so I don't have to apologize, although I should really stop apologizing anyway. But thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. I always appreciate the encouragement, and thanks for sticking with me. I'm gonna get better at this, I promise. And I guess I'll start my trek back to the ramp, and I'll see you guys on the water on the next one. Howdy.